Welcome back. Continuing on with our Introduction to Excel series, and with this part focused on formula basics, we wanted to kind of go over something called order of operations, and this is something you probably haven't heard much about since you took middle school algebra, but basically Excel does follow the same rules that you learned way back when, although there are some special situations. Let's take a look. Okay, so here you can see at the top I have summarized the order of operations. So the first one starts with the exponents, so both the exponents and the roots. This goes first. So you can see here 4 to the second power, which is 16. In Excel, you use this little caret character you see here. So this is 4 to the second power. Over here we have, so down here you can see we have the cube root of 27, which you know will equal 3. So when you're doing the nth root of a number, you want to do it by taking the reciprocal of the root that you want. So here you can see, I can just show you here doing the same thing, 27 to the reciprocal of 3, and that gives me 3, or I could just do this as another way to get at it, because I just happen to know that the reciprocal of 3 is going to be that number. So you can see that's how that works. Next is Unary Minus. There are some nuances to the way that Excel handles Unary Minus, so I'm going to put a link down below so that you can read up more on what that is or how that works. Now, multiplication and division, if you've not looked at Excel a great deal, this is the way the typical multiplication is shown in a textbook. In Excel, you're going to use the asterisk for multiplication and the backslash for division. But this comes after Unary Minus, and then finally we have addition and subtraction, which is the last operation, and that's just pretty standard, no news there. So here are some examples that I wanted to show you how this works a little bit. So here in this first example, if there are no parentheses to operate on, then Excel is going to use the order that is above. So here, when it looks at this formula, it's going to do the division first. So it's going to be 13 times 2, which is 26, plus 25, gets you to the 51. And then that formula would look like this over here to the right. If you wanted to multiply the sum of those two numbers times 2, then you have to use parentheses, as in this next example. So here it's going to first add 25 plus 13, which is 38 times 2 is 76. So then you can see this is how that would look in Excel. So a little bit more complex formula is this formula here. If you've never seen this before, this is how you calculate the future value of a present value number given some interest compounding. So this formula, what this formula is saying is what is the future value of a $20,000 investment compounded at 6% for 10 years? And the answer to that is going to be $35,817. But over here is the formula that gives you that number. So you can see there I have the $20,000 present value, and then I want to add 1 to my compound interest rate of 6%, and then I want to take that to the 10th power for 10 years, which basically compounds, gives me a factor that I can multiply times 20,000 to come up with a future value. But you can see here I'm forcing it to do this addition before it does the to the 10th power part. The other part I wanted to just briefly go over is that you can have nested parentheses. So let's say in this example we're going to compute the reciprocal of this value, which is going to be 30 plus 53, so 83. So this is the reciprocal of 83 is 0.012. But you can see here that I'm able to put in parentheses, so it's going to come up with this number here. It's going to first come up with the 30, and then it's going to add that to 53, which is 83, and then it's going to divide that into 1, or come up with a reciprocal, which is the 0.012. So the thing I want to point out a little bit here is the formula is right here, and if I click in here, one thing you'll see that's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to focus in on it. You can note that Excel tries to match up your parentheses by color coding them. So you can see that the inside ones are red and the outside ones are black. But if there were more parentheses, then it would be giving me even more colors than you see above. Well, that's it for the order of operations. I just wanted to go over that. If you get a chance, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so already, and ring the bell. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.